It's so crazy when you start going down this rabbit hole and start really doing your own research. And you start to see that the way that our world is designed right now, the way that man has kind of imposed his or her will on the way things are done is putting you and your family at a disadvantage. From your physical and mental health to your spiritual well being to your ability to really create an amazing life, like it's all compromised. Welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Crane. We're coming at you live from beautiful Santa Barbara, California in the Unstoppable HQ. You guys, if you haven't been to Santa Barbara, you got to come check it out. If you want to have a getaway with your significant other, you want to go on a family vacation, this is one of the best places to come and just chill and enjoy the scenery, meet great people, cruise around State Street in downtown. It's beautiful. And I'm fortunate enough to call this home. And I feel blessed every day. You know, I feel blessed every day just to wake up and be alive and breathing. I wake up every day grateful for this second chance at life. I wake up thinking about how blessed I am to have my beautiful children and my wife and to do what I love every day in the form of my work and my passion. I want that for all of you. I want you to know that you have the ability to create a life by design and your visions are gifted to you for a reason. That's your path in life. And if you pursue them with everything that you got and you don't quit and you keep pushing through the adversity, you keep pushing when you have doubt, you keep pushing no matter what you face, you're going to get to a time in your life where you look around and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is mine. I get to have that every day. I get to have that feeling. And I honestly feel very grateful because in all likelihood, I shouldn't even be here. I should have died many years ago from the way I was living. And for whatever reason, God had different plans for me. And I know in my heart that I have a big purpose in this life. And recently, a more refined calling has been bestowed upon me. And that's, man, I got to share the truth with people at all costs. You see what's happening in the country right now? Everyone is finally becoming aware of all the lies and manipulation that has taken place for so long. And it's a very contentious time in our society, but a lot of people are more optimistic than ever, seeing Trump elected, seeing Elon Musk and RFK by his side, and what they represent and what they can do together as a whole. A lot of people look at Trump and his personality and the things he said in the past, and it clouds their vision, and they can't see the bigger picture of what's possible now. Getting the corruption, getting the lies, getting the manipulation out of positions of power and getting people in those positions of power that truly want good for you and your children. That's what I'm all about. I want to make sure that the next generation is put at an advantage, not a disadvantage. Not at a disadvantage by the food that they're given at school or fed at home. Not at a disadvantage by the manipulation in the news that corrupts the way their parents raised them. You know, not in the water they drink and shower in, not in the shampoo they use. It's so crazy when you start going down this rabbit hole and start really doing your own research. And you start to see that the way that our world is designed right now, the way that man has kind of imposed his or her will on the way things are done is putting you and your family at a disadvantage. From your physical and mental health to your spiritual well-being to your ability to really create an amazing life, like it's all compromised. So my thing is I want to do my research, I want to get the truth, and then I want to share it with you. And I'm always going to share the things that I see that are happening that are positive. I'm not really one to like go and attack the Democrats or the people that are doing the lies and stuff. Like, I'm going to share it with you guys. But, a lot of people in the media and a lot of people on the Democratic side, rather than try to point to positive things that their supporters are going to, who they support or what they're going to do, they try to attack the opposition and point at how they're so bad and all this stuff. And that's, a scapegoat method. Instead of talking about what you're going to do to make things better, you point to your adversary and say, oh, well, they're going to do all these bad things. Don't vote for them. Don't side with them. How could you ever oppose RFK saying he wants to make America healthy again? Like, people in the media are doing that. They're saying he's a quack. They're trying to condemn him. He's saying he wants to get these poisonous, toxic foods out of your children's fucking mouths. Like, how could you oppose that? And the research shows that dyes and food additives and all these things in the food that your children like and want causes cancer, causes mental health issues, causes issues with diabetes and being overweight. Like, the research and the facts and information are there. The fact that the media is attacking RFK saying negative things about him is mind-blowing. Same with Donald Trump. He's like, look, I want freedom of speech. I want to make sure our borders are secure so that the American people can be taken care of. We can focus on getting you right. I want to make sure that costs go down and there's more money in your bank account. I want to make sure the economy is thriving. Like, how could you oppose that? And then they have detailed plans as far as how they're going to go about it, and people are still trying to say negative things. The opposition, the negative remarks about Donald Trump and RFK are so petty. It sounds literally like they're coming from people who don't understand reality. That's the truth. It's coming from emotional people who are upset and hurt that they didn't get their way, and they're living in a false reality. I'm a firm believer they don't even understand and grasp what's really taking place here. But anyway, I want to share with you something. I want to share with you, the hypocrisy that comes from the Democrats and Kamala Harris and that campaign she ran. They're talking about the truth and do right for the people and turn the page and all this shit. They're literally hypocrites, and they're lying to you. She and her team and her campaign, the Democratic campaign in 90 days raised $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion in 90 days, and they're actually in debt $20 million. They overspent, okay? They're in debt $20 million. That's a lot of money to raise in 90 days, and they didn't even win. They didn't even win. Thank God, finally, the way it should be in life is that when you do the right thing and you're in integrity and you're honest, that should get you the positive result. You shouldn't be able to be conniving and manipulative and lie and cheat your way to the top. Unfortunately, it's happened in the past, right? It happens in the business world. It happens in a lot of different ways. But it should, karma is a real thing. Eventually, karma comes around and exposes the truth. And I'm a firm believer, and I'm living proof that if you just commit your life to that good path that God's calling you to take, and you're an honest, hardworking person, you have integrity and character, you're going to get to the top eventually. You're going to outlast everybody that tries to get there quickly, right? Like if you want success, it's a long-term play. If you want instantaneous gratification and quick wins and quick success, money and power, you're going to try to cheat and cut corners. It's going to backfire on you. This is the message that I'm sharing with you today. Take that long path to the top. It's worth it every step of the way. For me, it's already been 12 years, and it went by like that. I got my beautiful family, life by design. I love my life. I want that for you. Don't try to cut corners in your diet, your workouts, your money, your relationships. It's going to come back to haunt you, and it's going to backfire. That's the message. And that's what happened with the Democratic Party. They raised all this money. They gave $5 million to Megan Thee Stallion to endorse them, $3 million to Lizzo, $1.8 million to Eminem, $1 million to Oprah, and $10 million to Beyonce, who didn't even perform, to endorse them. They tried to buy the presidency, and it didn't win because the people are aware of what's taking place. And you can see right through the bullshit if you're somewhat of an intelligent person. And I want to point something out, man. I talked about this in another podcast clip about how they put Cardi B on stage, which was such a disgrace to women throughout America. You have a woman who wrote the song WAP, who dresses and dances and acts like a stripper. It's so embarrassing. None of us would ever say, yeah, we want our daughters to be like that. Yet Kamala Harris put her on stage to endorse her because she just wanted her followers to vote for her. And they're trying to condemn Trump and saying that he's, a bad person and he hates women and, oh my gosh, this and that. And they put a stripper on stage who wrote the song WAP to endorse them. Like, you see the hypocrisy there? If I was a woman and I saw that, I would be so upset. It would be such a slap in the face to me, because historically women have fought hard for their rights. I mean, they couldn't even vote before the 1920s. And, now we look at men and women as equal. Like we do in society. And here's the thing. I cherish women. I cherish my wife, my aunts, my sister, my daughters, man. I'll do anything to protect them and take care of them. Like, women are the most beautiful, sacred thing in our world. My wife's pregnant right now, and I'm seeing her grow our baby inside her womb. It's such a miraculous thing to think it starts as a microscopical thing that men and women create together, and then it grows into a human being who one day could go on to talk, to walk, to have ideas of her own or his or her own, then to have children. Oh my gosh, like the miracle of life is beautiful. It wouldn't be possible without women. So to put Cardi B on stage to buy votes, it's really bad. It's sad and it's embarrassing. And then the next thing is Eminem, who is someone I looked up to for his journey. 8 Mile, such a cool story, coming from the ghetto, being a white kid in the black community, getting beat up, having all this adversity at home, trauma, seeing all these horrible things, violence, drugs, addiction, and then just to have a dream to become the best rapper in the world and to actually fulfill that dream. Like an unknown kid from Detroit who got a shot because Dr. Dre heard his music and overnight he blew up and became a phenomenon. Like, what an incredible story. That's the hero's journey. That's Rocky's story. That's Eminem's story, man. 8 Mile. When I saw that movie, it gave me chills and goosebumps because of what it represented. That within all of us is the ability to have a dream and a vision. If we never quit on it, we could bring it into our reality. Like, what a beautiful concept. And that's what I've been on a mission to do. And, I looked at Eminem as, man, like, he was iconic in what he did. And then to see him get on stage because Kamala Harris and her campaign paid him $1.8 million and talk about freedom of speech. And if Kamala Harris doesn't win, freedom of speech is out the window and we got to fight. I was like, man, this guy's such a fucking sellout. He took the money. Or is he so desperate to be accepted by the black community still? Is that why he got up there? I don't know, but I think he took the money. And here's the thing. If you're somebody who is considered gay or lesbian, or you're a part of the LGBT community, I can't even say that, LGBTQ community, I don't know, maybe they're going to add other numbers or letters to that fucking name, right? But anyway, seriously. And you see Eminem get up there, a guy who's wrote songs about killing gay people, about strangling and killing women, and you're gonna have him endorse Kamala Harris and get on stage and tell you that you need to vote for her to protect freedom of speech. Oh my God, is that not the most hypocritic thing you've ever seen in your life? A guy who writes songs about killing gay people, gay bashing. I mean, he's been in the media ever since he came out in the 2000s, ridiculed, condemned by politicians on both sides, for his words and his violent rhetoric. I mean, we used to play his songs all the time. We didn't think, oh man, he's talking bad about gay people, let's play this. We just liked the way he sounded, But his lyrics were very offensive to women and people of different sexual preferences. So to get him on stage to support Kamala Harris and basically say we need to protect freedom of speech, and if she doesn't win, then we're not going to have freedom of speech. First of all, you're putting somebody on stage speaking to your audience, your demographics of your supporters. There's a lot of women out there and a lot of people in the LGBTQ community. How disrespectful to them. You don't care about them. You care about the votes and the power more than the people that you say that you're here to support. It's so backwards. It's so ridiculous. Second of all, freedom of speech. Eminem, you idiot. You're seriously that stupid to get on there and say that. Like, Mark Zuckerberg came out and said that in 2020 during the election, the Democratic Party pressured him to suppress information and posts and content on his social media platforms that supported Donald Trump and the Republican Party. This is not freedom of speech. This is the opposite of freedom of speech. This is the suppression of people's opinions and their feelings. Mark Zuckerberg came out and said the Democratic Party pressured him to do that. And he regretfully did it. And you have Eminem getting on there trying to say that the Democratic Party is the party that's going to save freedom of speech. You fucking hypocrite. I will never play your music again. I will never support you. You are a clown. You are a loser. You are a sellout. All the people on this list are sellouts. If nobody was paying them money, they would have not got on stage. They would have not supported Kamala Harris because she was a joke. She didn't give one statement about what she was going to do to improve America. She had no plan, no details. How are you going to follow somebody like that who tries to buy their way to the top? They're fake. They're phony. They don't deserve to be in a position of leadership because they're not a real leader. And all these celebrities, you're going to see all this stuff come out when these lists are exposed. The Diddy list, the Epstein list, and you're going to realize how fucking shady, how weird, how disgusting the people that you once looked up to were. It happened to me with Eminem. I wrote him off the list forever. I'll never play his music. I'll never support him. All these people on these lists, they're jokes. And it doesn't take a very intelligent person to see this. It's very obvious. If you open up your fucking eyes, put your emotions and your ego to the side, you got to see that the people are fighting for what is right. Donald Trump represents the people. RFK represents the people. Elon Musk represents the people. They don't need to do this. They have all the money in the world. You know how much money they put forth in Trump's campaign to win the people's vote, to get the truth to the people, to battle the machine, the matrix, the fucking demon the demon Democratic Party, that's what we're going to call it, the demonic Democratic Party. That's what it represents. So if you have children, if you want to live in a great country, if you want to have opportunity, if you want to have freedom to build a business, pursue your visions, your dreams, and get the truth and not be suppressed, not be lied to, you got to support this movement that's taking place. Donald Trump is the real deal. He's the one that's going to lead our country to a better place. Elon Musk, RFK, Callie Means, Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, all these people that have been so outspoken, Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramachani, I can't even say his name. We got the dream team, baby, and we're here to fight, and the lies are being exposed, and you got to wake the fuck up.